do solemnly swear or
that I'll support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I'll bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same,
to the same,
and that I will obey
and that I will obey
the orders of the President
the orders of the President
of the United States
of the United States
and the orders
and the orders
of the officers
of the officers
appointed over me
appointed over me
according to regulations
according to regulations
and the Uniform Code
and the Uniform Code
of Military Justice,
of Military Justice.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Parade, rest.
Yo, what's happening, YouTube? What's good? What's good with you? It's your boy Wavy, Too Wavy. Man, here today, man. I'm gonna be getting ready to, let y'all know how I'm getting ready to feel about this new move that's going on. This new move, So, as some of you know, as some of you don't know, about a couple months, your boy finna be getting up out of here. Yep. Finna be gone. So, where do I start? I say maybe back in 2016, 2017, I had it in mind like, yo, like I'm going to college, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna do. And granted, like I did that. I took my black ass to college and realized that college was fun and everything. Parties, females, annoying ass professors, all that good shit. I enjoyed it. But I say about 2 years into it, I got to thinking like, you know what? Scholarship is not for me, so I gotta choose a different route. So, right across the street from my college up in Columbus, we had a recruiting office. Of course, whenever, college ain't going right, people either want to become their own boss or they want to just say, fuck school, fuck life, you know what I'm saying? Or either they want to join the military or become a pastor. But I decided I wanted to go ahead and try to join the military. So, it's like 2016, 2017, it's 2021 now. Back then I went through all the different, tests and stuff like that, and what the fuck out of them tests. I sucked bonds, you hear me? Like, but I went ahead and went on with another year of college, so we had like 2018 at this point, you know what I'm saying, and just got to the point where I'm like, you know what? I'd rather be making bread instead.
But it's good with that acting such
I want bread instead.
Fuck school, the military, everything else. I just want to come home and make some money. So after my second year of college, I came back to the house and I started working until I couldn't work no more. So just like how I was when I was in college, I was like, bro, this is wearing me out. You know what I'm saying? It's killing me. You know what I'm saying? I can't be working from the time I'm 22 or 23 all the way up to the time I'm 65. So I got to do something. So I went to the recruiting office again, except this time I went to the one back home in Carrollton. Met this dude, Mr. Joe. Shout out to you, Joe. Cool as hell. And like his vibe was just like, you know what I'm saying, kind of remind me of myself, you know what I'm saying, like smooth and all that good shit. So, we connected on a different level and stuff like that, and he let me know like, hey, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people done tried different things and stuff like that, regardless of your past and everything. But, you know what I'm saying, it don't dictate your it don't dictate your future. So with that right there, I was just already motivated. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, maybe he's right. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's not over yet. So I went in and I studied just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I studied just a little bit. And then I just got to the point where, you know what? I don't like to study, but I want to do something with my future. So I went out. I got these tools right here. It's called the ASVAB book, the Arm Service Vocational Aptitude Battery. You know what I'm saying? Book, whatever. Book got like a million pages in it. But anyways, I studied that. I studied that. And I studied it till I finally just got to the point where I'm like, I'm feeling it, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to go ahead and hop right into the test. So that's what I decided to do. You know what I'm saying? I went back, I went ahead and took the practice test. Your boy made it like a 33, something like that, which is the bare minimum. I'm just like, hey, it's not a 100, but it's a 33, which means it's good enough to get into the military. So we went ahead and got this process started and everything. Like, he was just like, you study some more, you come back, you take the test again, practice test. Made the same score. So he was like, okay, anybody who scores a 33 is bound to make a 33 plus 10 whenever you take the actual test, stuff like that. So he believed in me. I started to believe in myself a little bit. So, got the process going and stuff like that. And he was like, before I get ready to send you up to take the actual test, we got a whole bunch of paperwork we got to fill out. We got a whole bunch of stuff that we got to get into. And mind you, I don't like paperwork. That was the reason I had said for school, But that's besides the point. We got to the point to where he was telling me, hey, you know what I'm saying, certain tattoos could go, certain tattoos couldn't go, certain piercings could go. No piercings at all. If you think about doing the military, think about that. You can't have piercings. So, I got millions and millions of tattoos. I ain't gonna show y'all all the tats right now and stuff like that. But it was just this one specific tattoo that he told me I definitely needed to get some work on. Thought he was calling my shit ugly, but he actually liked it. He thought that I was gang affiliated because I got a 5-point crown, which now is like a 9-point crown, some shit like that. But I had 5 points, which is gang related. Bloods, Crips, and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, I'm not no gang banger, which he understood, because like I said, we was just alike. But, he told me, I understand, but once you go up there to MEPS and stuff like that, they probably won't really understand because it looks gang affiliated. So, because of one tattoo, it delayed me from taking my test. So we at like 2018, 2019 now, and I'm having to wait an extra 5 months in order to go ahead and get my doggone tattoo fixed. So my point went from 5 to like 9. So now it's a 9-point crown and stuff like that, which made it eligible for me to go ahead and, get into the military before I took my test. So shout out to Rod for hooking my tattoo up, man. Got your boy looking right. Leg tattoos hurt, so like y'all be careful fucking around with the legs too. So it got to the point where like I got my tattoos fixed, got my piercings fixed, got everything taken care of. And after 3 or 4 years, I'm like, fuck, is there anything else that I need to do in order to get into this military? So finally it came to a point to where, I had got all my stuff taken care of and I could finally go to Atlanta and I could finally take my test so that I could join. So I ended up going up to MEPS, I don't know, probably around 2019. And I went up there and I took my test. And he told me, he like, hey, anybody who scores a certain grade, on the practice test is bound to, go up at least 10 more points once they take the real test. Well, I studied the very minimum, stuff like that, and it had been 5 months, so all the things that I hadn't studied, kind of washed away. Like, it all happened so fast. So I ended up taking my test again, and the real test this time, and I walked around and scored a 33. Yep. My score didn't go up 5 points. It didn't go up 10 points. It didn't go up 15 points. My score stayed the same. Never changed. So with that, I was completely eligible at this point to join the military. So in 2021. 2019, I passed my test, stuff like that, going into the year 2020. So the date that I actually signed my contract to join the military, since I had passed my test and got all my stuff together, was November 18th, 2020. And this is where it get crazy. Like, you got all that other stuff great. This where it get crazy, right? So November 18th, 2020, I swore in I'm officially a Navy sailor, you know. So I'm taking it serious, you know what I'm saying? I'm taking it serious, but I'm still at home and stuff like that, around a bunch of friends and stuff like that, a bunch of different influences and all these different things. So from November 18th, up to my leave out date, January 27th, I had one job. Stay clean, stay out of trouble, don't do anything, which I had done all that. But I'm about to tell you now, if you don't know, you like smoking that gas, you like all that good stuff, you try to get clean 5 months prior to you getting clean, there's still going to be blood or there's still going to be THC into your body unless you just completely flush it out and then you completely clean. Well, I had got clean 5 months prior, but it took 6 months in order to get out of my system and stuff like that. So December, a month after I had just joined, a month right before I get ready to take off, I get a call from a recruiter and he's like, hey, I hate to be the author of bad news, but you're being resigned from the United States Navy. And instantly, in one phone call, my heart dropped. My whole life changed with one phone call. And I'm thinking, all this hard work, all the way up from 2017, all the way up to 2020, finally made my dreams come true. And it was just shot down like that. So, at that point, as a man, I had to go home and I had to break the news to my parents and all these different things. One of the hardest things I've ever done. I will go ahead and tell you now, one of the hardest things. I'm sorry, mama. Like, I won't forget that day. But I will tell you this. Being told no will only push you to go harder until you get that yes. And that's what happened. So here we are, December and stuff like that. I'm supposed to be getting ready to leave in January. Getting the bad news. I couldn't go. So that was December 2020. January 2021, I'm like, okay, like I got denied and stuff like that. Host military, gone. You know what I'm saying? Gone. At this point, like, gone. You feel me? So I got to thinking and stuff like that, and I'm just like, I'm gonna just take my black ass to work because that happened, but the world don't stop. Like, the world just keep going. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just had to keep going. So 2021, we in 2021 now. I decided to go ahead and start working. Started working at Walmart.com. Some of you may know about Walmart, and some of you may not. I literally stayed there for maybe a year, maybe going on 2 years. And I had got to working to the point where I just completely forgot that I wasn't, the shit happened. I got the call and everything. Like, I just worked it off, forgot it, kept going, stayed strong, all that good shit. So once it came to realization that, the world was going to keep going, I kept going. I ended up finding me a job where I was blessed, very blessed with the position to go ahead and become a supervisor, I guess you could say, kind of like asset protection. Like, I don't know, it's complicated, but I was a young nigga and I was in the office, so that's all that mattered. So at this point, it had set a new way for me to just really get my mind right and just quit some of the things that I had done in the past and just to begin to think like a man. So, as I was working in the office, I was surrounded by a bunch of veterans, like a bunch of older people and stuff like that had served time in the military, who had so much knowledge, you know, who had so much to offer and stuff like that. So in the year process or 2 year process that I was working with all these good people, you know, one day I got the call, and you know, just miraculously, I don't know if it was God or what, but I had got the call and someone was like, hey, you know, they just passed this new law. If you had been denied from the military, you're now eligible after 90 days that you were suspended to join again. And I was like, yo, no way. I'm like, what's the catch? Nothing. We got all your paperwork, so all we need you to do is come into the office and, you know, chop it up with us. We write a statement and we get you on the road and going. So at this point, I'm thinking like, bro, like a year done passed by. I done made so much progress in a year. And it's just like, I can't just up and leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got cut off out of the military and then like expecting me to come right back after I done did all this stuff to get me where I'm at now. You know, so like almost another 6 months had went by. And at this point, like, you know, we're in August 2021 and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm working my job and stuff like that. Everything going good, everything going great. You know, everything's still going good. I'm blessed. Thank you, God. But it got to the point where I really started to think, you know, like, okay, that recruiter called me. He obviously called me for a reason. I'm like, I got denied the first time for a reason. And I'm a Watley, so you know Watleys, we don't give up and nothing like that. So I'm like, shit, I just gotta keep going. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should just go ahead and give him a call back. So I decided to go ahead and get that call back. And when I did, he was able to get me into the office just like that. And, you know, we sat down, we talked, went through more paperwork, had to go back up the MEPS again to, you know, do all these tests and everything, like, because, like, it's a process. Like, y'all don't understand, like, trying to go into the Navy, like, it's not like just applying at Burger King or, like, applying at some restaurant, fast food place, or any warehouse, you know what I'm saying? Like, these folks, like, get down to it. They don't play no games. They got to know any and everything about you. So, going through the process and stuff like that. And I decided, you know, I was blessed with this opportunity, so let me maximize it, you know what I'm saying, to the full of my ability. So, here we are, you know, what I said, we was in August 2021. Here we are around, like, you know, August, September at this point. And I'm getting closer and closer to my recruiter and stuff like that. And he's like, you know, it's a little process and everything. It might take a little bit of time, but like once we finally get the ball rolling, like we get you good, I'm gonna get you gone. So, well, we in December now. So I say probably about November 30th, everything was complete. You know, I had to stop working my job just a little bit so I could sit back and, you know, really just get myself together, get my thoughts together after working that job for 2 whole years. So, finally got me down there. Well, it was like November 18th. And I had to go back so I could take a drug test. And remind you, the first time I took that drug test, I thought I was clean. I wasn't clean. So I got the call back, told me I was positive. Drug test. That was a year prior. So this time I went up there, I took the test, and I made sure I had said no to every drug before I went up there and took that test. I went up there and I took that test November 18th. A week later, I get a call back. Hey, I'd love to be the author of good news to let you know that you passed your test, and it came back negative. Instantly, as I'm driving down the street, bro, I just dropped my phone. I screamed, like I'm happy as hell, because it's been a whole year since I was told no, and I finally got told yes. So, off real, dude, like I started doing donuts. I ain't even gonna lie, I started doing donuts in the parking lot. I let down my window. I let open the sunroof, and I let my head out the sunroof while I was excited as fuck to get that call. So, got the call. He was like, hey, man, you know, since we got the results back and everything, you passed, we gonna get you right on down to MEPS as soon as possible. How does Monday sound for you? So, mind you, that was November 18th when I took the test. that Monday would have been November 30th that I would have to go back and swear in and join the United States Navy again. So went up there, did the process, swore in and everything, and I picked the job. Hold on, wait, I want to be right about him. Went up there, I picked the job. When I got my gear, so I got my do-rag on. Boy, Wavy trying to get the waves back before I go. But, went up there, I got my gear and everything, your boy official and everything. So, once I got my gear, I picked my job, I chose a date, that's when I realized stuff getting real, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm at the point where it's just like, I'm getting cleaned up, getting this room cleaned up, getting this place cleaned up, trying to get close to my family as possible, because in 2 months, I will be on my way to Chicago, Illinois for 2 months. And then after that, I'm heading straight to Pensacola for school for 6 weeks. And then after that, I'm gonna either stay in the States where y'all can call it, just pull up on me like maybe 6 or 7 miles away, or I'm gonna be somewhere overseas. Regardless, y'all gonna be able to hit me up and stay in touch if y'all really fuck with your boy. So with all that being said, man, like, I just wanna let y'all know, I went out on a limb to make this video to let y'all know, don't never give up on your dreams. If you got something that you believe in, if you got something that you believe that you can do, then by all means, you can do that. The only person that's gonna tell you no, is yourself. So you always keep that mindset that, yes, I can do this. Like, I do this. You feel me? Like keep that mindset, bro. And I want to let y'all know that, stuff get crazy at first, but stuff gotta be bad before it get good. And that's one thing as a 23-year-old that I done learned. I've been through a whole bunch of different stuff, and I always ask myself, why did I go do those things? If I never went through those things, I wouldn't be able to sit right here, right now, and then be able to tell y'all about my experience. So, with that being said, man, like I said, hit me up, man. Stay in touch. I'm taking off in 2 months. And shoot, like, stay connected. Stay with your boy. Stay prayed up. You know what I'm saying? All that good stuff. It's all love, man. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. But like I said, stay wavy and stay motivated. Love.